I know that Chicago was a sanctuary city for a good while now. Are you starting to see a cleanup there in Chicago?
I have seen a cleanup more or less. I still see some migrants around, but not as much as like I used to, like maybe about a year ago.
Okay, so now that Trump, I guess, is there now, are you noticing your tax dollars hard at work?
I have noticed it.
Good. It's good that something's going on, right? And
Yeah.
the migrants sleeping in the police stations there at the
They're all
CP
gone.
at the Chicago
They've
Police.
been removed from the precincts.
Okay, and I know the mayor there is a whack job, but
He is.
I think that at a federal or a higher level, there's really nothing he could do if people want their lives back. They want the danger to leave. You know, imagine paying so much tax like you do in Chicago. What 5 layers of government tax, and 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 5 layers of pensions on the hook, and you're paying out to live there, and you can't even walk your streets.
Right, exactly. And then like some members like of the south side of Chicago were given the mere piece of his mind at like one of the city council meetings.
Yeah, it's
They were yelling at him, telling him like, "Why are you putting illegals first before us? You don't care about us, black people."
yeah. They were putting everything first. They were putting the illegals first. They were doing everything they can to defund the police. I remember you were covering for us a story down there in downtown Chicago where they were have a big defund the police protest, and across the street from the defund the police protest, somebody was robbing a jewelry store or what was it? Like a jewelry type expensive store was being robbed.
A jewelry store.
Yeah, well, it was being robbed while everyone was across the street defunding the police and protesting outside the police station. It's crazy.
Very crazy, Mike.
So, yeah. Anyways, so you're noticing a difference. Graffiti being taken down, or is it still the same?
There's some graffiti, like you'll see some graffiti around the city, but it's being taken down.
Okay. Potholes.
There's still some potholes.
Okay. But are they fixing any of it, or?
They're fixing them.
Okay, good.
I do see construction workers
Yeah, that's all it
on the
takes.
road.
It's a change of pace, a little bit of elbow grease. You can make those cities look great again. I mean, you got the
Yeah,
infrastructure there, right? So,
exactly.
anything we need to know, like
Oh yes, Chicago demonstrators protest ICE. Another protest against ICE got underway in downtown Chicago on Friday afternoon. This was about a week ago. Immigration right groups demanded that federal charges against Alejandro Orellana be dropped. Orellana was arrested earlier this month in Los Angeles after a protest against ICE raids.
but the thing is, if you go into a country illegally, you know you're illegal, and you know you're going to break the law. Why would people be protesting against that? Yeah,
It's stupid.
it's the dumbest thing in the world, right? I went down to the States to try to get citizenship. I did everything by the book. After 5 years of work and all the paperwork I did and everything, and making sure I wasn't stealing Americans' job, making sure I had a place in my name, I had money in the bank, everything. They told me, well, we're not taking your kind. Try again in 5 years. And that's it. I left.
I still can't believe that you did everything by the book and they still turned you down.
Well, they can because it's their country, right?
Right.
So, I mean, think of it like they're protecting. So, you know what? Think of it like this. No way, Jose. Think of it like this. There's laws in place to deport 90% of your country if they really wanted to.
They could do that if they wanted
If they
to.
wanted to, they can. There's laws in place that they could remove everybody from there that's not supposed to be there within weeks and hours, right?
Exactly.
And
It's within their power.
so what else is going on? So the protesting against ICE. Have you seen any of these protests?
The only protests I saw, like when I was passing by downtown Chicago to like get to like a destination, was like the No Kings protesters.
Oh, that crap.
That crap.
a government running his country, like I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not taking sides here. People are gonna watch this video and say you're pro Trump, you're a trumpet. No, it's called running your country efficiently and taking care of your people first. That's what it's about.
That's what it is all about.
Like it's like if Canada got somebody in here that was a guru that was going to come out and clean this country out and start deporting and start fixing things and start reversing all these taxes, a lot of Canadian like left-wing nuts would be after calling him a racist and calling him a bigot and calling him a transphobe, calling him everything they could call him.
All the names of the book,
Yep.
all the
And
names that they
meanwhile,
throw
all
out.
he's trying to do is save the country.
Save Canada, put Canadian citizens first.
Yep. That's racist if you put Canadian citizens first. So
And that's what they call it here, racist. Trump putting Americans first.
yeah. Yeah, maybe a lot of these Americans that have a problem with getting their country fixed should move to like Somalia for a couple of months and see how it is. And
They should,
yeah,
if
and
they
just
think
just
it's that bad here.
see how much rights and freedoms they have there, or Bangladesh or something like that, and then let them learn. Or Sudan's a good one too. They can send them to Sudan and let them see how far they'll get with their you know. And then they'll come back to America and kiss the ground when they arrive, when they
They
realize,
will.
yeah, oh, the kiss the ground, a French kiss the ground.
I'm sure they will.
So, and
I have no doubt.
anything else?
So this protest was like due to the Supreme Court justices ruled that the federal district courts cannot. Oh no, sorry. That decision is tied to the president's order to end birthright citizenship.
You have to end right birthright citizenship. That's
That's what the
destructive.
protests were about.
In Canada, we have birthright citizenship for Chinese migrants that come here, and they were Canada was flying in pregnant women from China. I'm not making this up, to have babies in Canada and have their kids here so they get all their paperwork.
I believe you.
No, the videos are up, and I have the articles I was reading 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago warning about birth tourism, and it needs to stop. And you're probably thinking, Mike, that's so racist. No, it's not,
No,
because
it's
the
not.
Portuguese that came in 2000, came on a path to citizenship. In 2007 and 8, they started deporting Portuguese families because they didn't want Portuguese in Canada anymore. That came originally on a path to citizenship, and the Portuguese that had kids in Canada all went back to Portugal. They're like, we don't care if you have kids there. It doesn't count. So they deported families, scores of families, in 2006, 7, and 8, with Portuguese children born in Canada, and they were all deported back to Portugal. And they were on here for a path to citizenship. So birth tourism is only selective in Canada between cultures. If you're Chinese, you have a baby, take the paper. Take the paper. But if you're America, no. Coming to America and having a baby, no. Ban birth tourism. Finished. Over. Goodbye.
Exactly.
Keep going. You still there?
All right. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Keep going, buddy.
The City Council Committee on Immigrant and Rights is holding a hearing Tuesday on that matter.
Okay.
The chair member said it's time for the Chicago Police Department to speak openly why officers stayed on the scene despite Chicago's welcoming city ordinance prohibiting the CPD from participating in civil immigration enforcement operations or assisting ICE.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I see where it's going. Again, it's gonna nothing. They're gonna do what they have to do, and America will have some room to breathe, right? They're like, oh, who's gonna pick the corn? Who's gonna that? There's a lot of people that need jobs in America. A lot of people weren't hired. I want to ask you something.
Go ahead.
I've been getting reports from people on help wanted signs. I'm getting people messaging me and sending me even photos of fronts of storefronts, like from different places of like in Gainesville, California. Is it Gainesville, California? Like all these places in the United States where there's just help wanted signs everywhere. Are you seeing that in Chicago or the area, like help wanted signs in windows, or is it just maybe certain areas?
I have seen help wanted signs now that you mentioned it. Like
Like,
restaurants,
uh-huh.
convenience stores,
Okay.
or yeah,
Because I'm getting
arguably like jobs that people say that Americans don't want.
yeah. So you're starting to see help wanted signs in your yeah, because I'm getting reports from Florida, from Georgia, South Dakota, people just saying, "Hey, Mike, I watched your video when I was in where was I, Redding, California, and it was help wanted signs everywhere, and I was making my videos, remember? And there was help wanted signs everywhere, and I was so shocked. And then other cities, San Francisco, those help wanted signs everywhere. That was so weird because in Canada they bring in the migrants from India and then do wage subsidy, and then the Canadians send out a billion resumes and nobody calls them, right?
No,
So
they don't.
it was so weird. Like, anyways, continue.
That's super weird, but yeah, I'll keep going. What we're looking to do is find out why CPD may or may not have played in all of it. Because CPD, Chicago Police Department, was called to the scene, then, depending on different accounts, either assisted in some sort or were just in case there on some sort of mass gathering.
Mm-hmm.
Andre Vasquez, 40th Committee Chairman. We want to ensure that no matter if you're a Chicagoan, whether you've been here one day or your whole life, we are here for you. We will be here to support you and to make sure you don't have to live in fear just because the federal government is becoming a fascist by the day.
Fascist. Anybody that's out there to fix or correct a problem from the previous administration is a fascist. That's what it
Is
is.
a
That's what it is. Yeah.
fascist.
I
And
pray that somebody comes to this country and or uh, something gets corrected here for the people, right? I got children, right? A lot of people watching this have children, and they have a lot at stake, right? And
they sure do. And the reason that there is this all this ICE raids going on is because the previous administration just left the border wide open, and now Trump's cleaning up the mess.
yeah, if someone's illegal in a country, why would they give them compassionate grounds to stay there? Like, what's the? I don't understand. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I just yeah. Anyways, anything else?
So apparently, Mike, there are some cities across the United States that are going to cancel 4th of July celebrations, like fireworks, like in response to the ICE raids.
Why?
Some some cities are canceling and some are postponing.
But the Fourth of July is the freedom of British rule. It's
Exactly.
the whole all these colonies, they broke away from the British monarchy, and
They did.
becoming a self governing nation. I would celebrate that.
I would celebrate. I'm going to.
That's incredible, man. I'd be celebrating like the Ewoks on the moon of Endor, right? Um,
Exactly.
and then the birth of the United States,
The birth of
right?
the
July
United States.
4th, 1776.
They got their full independence from Britain.
July 4th, 1776.
They did.
I don't know, man. I think America is to cancel American like freedom, democracy, self determination, the American dream, the pursuit of happiness. I've been to America quite a few times, and I've seen a lot of opportunity down there, and that's why I tried really
There
hard to be.
is.
I tried so hard to be an American.
Oh, I know you did.
It won't happen in my lifetime, but I tried. At least I tried
At least you
to
tried.
taste. I tried to taste the
You sure
American
did,
dream.
Mike.
So So
Other than
what they're
other
going to
than
cancel
that,
flag displays, barbecues, family gatherings, everything?
so pretty much just fireworks. And then like some places are putting the American flag upside down, that the country's in distress.
Get out of town. Are they going to at least be doing readings in the high schools or remembering the Declaration of Independence?
That they'll do at least. At least people will still have their barbecues and their celebrations.
Okay. American spirit. But America got taken over again in 1918 with Woodrow Wilson when he passed the Income Tax Act and the Federal Reserve Act, and that basically brought back the British crown right into America.
It did.
Yeah, Andrew Jackson is one of the. Someone asked me, Mike said, "Mike, who's your favorite president?" And I said, "Andrew Jackson is my
You
favorite
said
president."
Andrew Jackson?
Andrew Jackson, $20 bill man, is my favorite American president ever. He fought his entire administration to free America from the crown and the crown banks. His entire administration, he freed America from the tentacles. And Andrew Jackson is one of my big heroes, and definitely one of my favorite presidents.
He sure was a good president.
Yeah, that's when men were men, and that's when men set out to do what they accomplished to do, and instead of saying what they're going to do
Instead of saying what they're going to do.
and not do it, and actually, yeah. Anyways,
And then
anything else?
Chicago Public Schools quickly is laying off people.
Yeah, public sector is too big in Chicago. Again, there's 4 or 5 layers of government there. It's too big.
It
It's
was
too.
bound to happen.
It's too big. It's phenomenal. How much your tax dollars are on the hook there? It's crazy.
Very crazy, Mike.
So